Okay, well, I'm Aidan Normandin, and obviously I was part of the Nex-Generation internship program. So a little bit about me, obviously my name. I graduated just this year from TMP. About my life and interests kind of go together. I was always interested in technology, music, and movies. I've always been an entertainment guy. I've always enjoyed performing and stuff like that. So about my internship, so before I made pancakes and I worked as a cashier, and those are kind of boring jobs, and I did that for a long time, 2-3 years. And so I decided to apply because I was bored. And an opportunity came up, and so I went ahead and applied. And so my first day kind of cycles into what I did. So my first day was kind of stressful. I showed up, I had no idea, I knew what I was going to do, but I didn't know exactly what I was going to do. And they gave me a laptop, they stuck me in a truck, and they started bringing me around to different places, and they started giving me a bunch of terms I didn't really know, but I got a hang of it pretty quick. So the first thing we did was I assisted the technicians in installing phone services, security, and internet. Mainly we do internet, or I did internet. So my dad is also a technician, so I was with him a majority of the time, but I also worked with pretty much everyone in the room. Like Maggie's dad is there, and I worked with him. And so getting internet into people's houses can be a complicated or simple task. You can go in, you can plug in the router, and then tell them have a good day and leave. Or they have no internet, they have never had our service, and we have to run cables through their roof and their walls and drill holes and crawl through crawl spaces, and it can be a mess. Phone services, like, I didn't do too much of that, but I did a little bit. I went to the Colby Courthouse, and we put in their phone service for their new building. In the security, I was with Devin, who's the security guy, and we put security cameras into USD 489, so Hayes High School and the middle school and the transportation building. Along with that, we diagnosed and fixed problems that customers had on trouble tickets with the technicians. So a trouble ticket can be a lot of things. So if someone's internet goes down, that could mean 15 to 20 different things. That can mean the router is unplugged, or they hit the off button and they didn't know how to find it, or someone cut fiber to their house and no one knew. And that kind of goes with what Aaron did, which we have to then splice the fiber, which can be kind of a mess and can be very tricky. And then I observed what it was like to work in a career field. So it was kind of all over the place. We were running around and putting internet in, and it was a good experience to see what it was like to be in that environment. So kind of what I learned, complex problems can have simple solutions. So like I said, someone says they have their internet down, that could be turning it back on. But it could also be very like a complex problem, like I said, the internet's down. But it works both ways. So you could have a simple problem, so their router's turned off, but what actually happened was they cut the power cable to their to their ONT, which then did not provide internet service to their router. So then we have to run an entire new cable, which could be a couple-hour job. There are many ways to fix an issue. So sometimes there's existing wire in a house, but it's either bad or there's some concerns about it. So instead, we go ahead and just do an entire new wiring, basically. Other times, there's like your cyber power, which powers the ONT, which then powers the router. The batteries can go bad, and we can just pull those out, or we can put in a new cyber power. And then another part is how hard it can be to work in the heat all day. As Aaron said, some of those days was about 100 degrees, and we were outside splicing fiber, or on roofs, or crawling through an attic. In that case, it was probably we're dripping in sweat, and it was very difficult. And then how much people appreciate internet. A lot of our customers, we come in and we put a router in their house and we leave, and they express so much thanks for the fact that they can get back on the web. There was one time, it was one of my first days, we finished up and we walked to the lady and we told her that her internet was done, and her kid ran out of the room and came and asked for the password almost instantly. And then so final thoughts. So it was really fun to work at Nex-Tech. I learned a lot. I pretty much could have put internet in anyone's house by myself. There's obviously a lot that I can't do, But there's a lot of value to working in a career field. I had a lot more fun than I had at any job that I've ever had. I've never been bored. Most of my days I'm busy doing something. And then my plans for the future, so I'm going to Fort Hays now. I'll be a freshman incoming. And then I'm also continuing to work as a field technician with the Nex-Gen program. So that's about it.